Everybody, and today I'll be making my presentation on racism in sports, will be in the format of this video. I playbutterrules.net with their article on diversity and inclusion in sports. When talking about race, they state that racism can have a profound impact on people's involvements in the sport. It affects motivation, enjoyment, and levels of participation, and if unchecked, may result in inappropriate and potentially harmful and dangerous behavior. Also, by stated in Clearing of the House for Sport.gov.au, in an official article, they state that 32% of Indigenous Australians do not feel comfortable playing sports. That is 30% of this country's people. That's 30% of people who aren't really meeting the requirements to be considered a healthy person. Now, there are many stereotypes surrounding black athletes, one of many being the fact that they are faster. Now, a recent theory has popped up as to why they are faster. The theory says the navel is a center of the gravity of the body, and given two runners or swimmers of the same height, one black and one white. As stated in an interview with the creator of the theory, Duke University professor Andre Bajan, what matters is not the total height, but the position of the belly button or sense of gravity. It also so happens that the architecture of the human body of West African origin runners, the center of gravity is significantly higher than those of European origins, which often puts them as an advantage in the sprints on the track. Individuals of West African origin have longer legs than European origin athletes, which means their belly buttons are approximately 3 centimeters higher than new European athletes. Bet you didn't know that. During the civil rights movement of the 1960s, led by Martin Luther King Jr. and the Black Panthers, who were led by, I think, Malcolm X, I can't remember. It was pretty much everywhere. People all across the globe were protesting for rights of their people, which they rightfully deserved. Now, this protesting made its way into the 1968 Olympics, where two African American athletes took a stand on the podium where they can be seen. It was like, actually, no, I won't. Can be seen bowing their heads and raising their fists in the sky as a protest to the whites and their harmful treatment of them. What I find interesting was that there was a white athlete up there joining them in the whole thing. He didn't raise his hand, but he lowered his head in respect for the other athletes. Back in the year 2013, I'm about to give you an example of local racism, one that covered that pretty much the entirety of Australia knows, and I'm surprised it hasn't been mentioned by anyone here. Adam Goodes. It was, as stated by Goodes himself, I passed the ball to my teammate, and then I heard, "Goodes, you're an ape." After hearing the attacks, Adam Goodes instantly turned around to see who had just said it. It was a 13-year-old girl. As stated by Goodes in said interview, I hadn't been called an ape or monkey for 10 years up until that very point in time. What really rocked him was that it was such a young person. I didn't blame her for it. She was just calling out what other people in the crowd were doing. After the match, Goodes made an effort to go find the girl and had a conversation with her, which went reportedly well. Since the Adam Goods incident, multiple anti-racism precautions have been installed to prevent other incidents like these to occur. These precautions being education and awareness campaigns to promote diversity and inclusivity, implementing strict anti-discrimination policies and code of conducts, training programs for athletes, coaches, and staff to address unconscious biases and promote respect, establishing reporting mechanisms for incidents of racism and swift action and consequences, and, last but not least, encouraging solidarity and unity amongst athletes to stand against racism and discrimination. These measures are in place to ensure that racism doesn't continue and rightfully punish any person, player, or even commentator who is racist towards minorities. Anyway, that concludes my presentation. Hope you all liked it.